Salut à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour la suite de Twin Mirror. On était en pleine énigme actuellement. On avait trouvé une veste remplie de sang parce qu'il avait passé une mauvaise soirée, il avait trop bu. Du coup, on s'est retrouvé avec cette chemise recouverte de sang. On s'est fait poursuivre par on sait pas qui. Ça se trouve, c'est nous-mêmes, on sait pas, dans sa tête. Et là, on est à la recherche de réponses. Donc du coup, je pense qu'on s'est infiltré dans le Twin Mirror. Twin Mirror, n'importe quoi, ça c'est le nom du jeu. Dans le bar. Allez, c'est parti. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a là? Produit de nettoyage, pas utilisé efficacement, vu l'odeur. Jus de bière, je n'en connais que trop bien le goût. Ouais, bah, faudra peut-être arrêter. Ah, tiens. Oh, c'était marqué quelque chose. Bouteille insolite. Prendre.
I remember seeing this before. A long time ago.
Ah, un souvenir peut-être? Il y a eu une grosse fête au Coles Miner Haven le jour où Ethan l'a racheté. Ça faisait des années qu'il y travaillait comme barman. Et maintenant c'était lui le propriétaire. C'était l'exemple parfait de la réussite à l'américaine. Le genre qu'on ne voit pas souvent à Basswood, un homme du coin qui accomplit son rêve à force de dur labeur. Le bar était plein à craquer cette nuit-là, tout Basswood était venu fêter l'événement. Tout le monde à part Céleste, la petite sœur d'Ethan, elle n'est jamais venue. Ethan l'a attendue toute la nuit, il comptait partager un peu de ce grog avec elle. C'était loin d'être du champagne, mais c'était la première bouteille qu'il avait achetée en tant que nouveau proprio. Il l'avait gardée pour eux deux. Mais elle était toujours là le lendemain matin, sur l'étagère, encore fermée. Christina, la patronne du café, a dit qu'elle avait vu Ethan et Céleste se disputer le surlendemain. Il était comme les deux doigts de la main enfant. Dit-elle en secouant la tête. Tu ne trouves pas ça bizarre de n'avoir jamais rencontré Céleste toutes ces années où tu étais un habitué du Miners Haven? On dirait qu'Ethan a gardé la bouteille, même après toutes ces années. Peut-être en souvenir du plus beau jour de sa vie, ou peut-être qu'il la garde en attendant le jour où lui et sa sœur pourront rire et fêter quelque chose ensemble. D'accord. Tiens, il y a des nouveaux mots. La subtilité n'est pas le point fort de Declan, mais il a toujours été un flic intègre et Basswood compte beaucoup à ses yeux. Dans la famille de Bess, ils sont policiers depuis des générations. Elle consacre tout son temps à son travail et celui-ci représente tout pour elle, mais c'est aussi une politicienne. Elle connaît son public et elle pèse soigneusement ses mots. Ouais, donc. J'ai eu une crise de panique tout à l'heure dans la chambre d'hôtel. Est-ce que c'était de la déshydratation, le chagrin ou le choc du retour à Basswood? Trouver du sang sur ma chemise n'a sans doute pas aidé. Il s'est passé quelque chose la nuit dernière, mais je me souviens de rien. Jusqu'à présent, j'ai toujours pu me fier à ma mémoire, à mon esprit. Il ne peut pas me lâcher maintenant. Il faut juste que je revienne sur mes pas et que je reconstitue ce qui s'est passé. Ok, très bien. Arrête la plupart des tentatives de vol. Examiner photos de famille.
Ethan and his parents. And I'm guessing that's his sister. He always thought they'd run the bar together.
Donc la sœur c'est au milieu, c'est ça? Et à droite, c'est Ethan. Okay. Il n'y a presque pas touché, ce n'est pas ce que les gens voulaient hier soir.
I doubt Ethan's account somehow led to the blood on my shirt.
La seule affaire florissante de la ville. Je ferais mieux de ne pas y toucher si je tiens mes mains. Bon, ok, donc pour l'instant, ce qu'on veut, nous, c'est re-rentrer dans le bar, donc ici.
Whoa. What happened here last night? First, look around, figure out what happened.
D'accord. Donc il nous faut le maximum d'infos. Il n'y a rien sur les murs, on dirait. Ajouter un indice.
I ended up drinking alone. So who brought that second glass?
J'ignore laquelle de ces bouteilles a été mon erreur, sans doute la première. Une batte vaudrait ne pas traîner ici. Elle semble intacte, j'espère que toutes les consos ont été payées, y compris les miennes. Bon, on a déjà un indice. Ethan a essayé de nettoyer avant ou après l'incident. Il y a un sacré bazar ici aussi.
Ugh. Did I do this? Sorry, Nick.
On peut jouer? Faire une partie. Je vais essayer une fois. Ça fait longtemps que je pas que mal. Hop là. Oh, j'ai échappé belle. Ça sort plutôt bien. Je le sens pas. J'avais peut-être encore le temps, mais... Je me suis fait avoir. Allez vite avant qu'ils arrivent. Non, il en manque un. Ouais. Ouais, je vais
Almost
arrêter
beat
là.
his score this time. Maybe one day.
On a fait battre son score. Ah oui, j'ai pas vu. High score. Il faut faire combien pour battre son score? Il va plus vite que moi. Il anticipe plus.
I finally
Hey,
beat
game
Nick's
over.
high score. Wish he were here to take it back.
Ok, on a battu son score, c'est bon. Légèrement dépassé en lien avec la bagarre. Une casquette ici, on peut pas l'ajouter en tant qu'indice? La casquette, c'était le mineur qui la portait, non? J'ai un doute.
What knocked this clock off the pillar? These were sent scattering. Someone thrown into them? They might have fallen off the table. Seems some people got rowdy last night.
Il y a une trace de sang ici aussi. Ok. Ils sont où les autres indices? Parce que je passe à côté de plusieurs choses, sauf que c'est pas considéré comme un indice. Bah ici on dirait. Tiens là.
Ripped. Did this happen yesterday, or was it always like that? It seems there was a fight. That could explain the blood on my shirt. Does it mean that I was involved? I won't be able to find out without more evidence.
Il te faut encore un indice? Où est-ce que je peux en trouver un indice? Ici? Examiner.
Definitely not the wig Nick would have wished for. What a mess. Hope this wasn't me. Hugh's business card. Wonder why it's here.
C'est tout? Est-ce qu'il y a autre chose? On a besoin d'encore d'un indice, là? Est-ce qu'on peut en avoir un autre? Peut-être que j'ai mal examiné. Je vais réexaminer vite fait. Alors la B1, non. Donc la carte. Bouteille vide. C'est tout. J'ai loupé quelque chose. C'est peut-être quelque chose d'évident en plus. Ça, on a déjà mis en tant qu'indice. Ça aussi. Il y a plein d'indices là déjà. Ah, la scène, je peux l'examiner. J'avais pas vu.
The flowers are ruined. Looks like they were knocked over, then stepped on. DG. Dennis's initials. Was he involved in whatever happened? Wouldn't surprise me. Could be the same blood that was on my shirt. The pot was completely shattered. Looked like it might have been kicked.
Ah, je crois qu'on a ce qu'il faut. Non? Apparemment non. Je peux mettre la casquette ou pas? Ah, oui.
Joel's hat. Maybe we ended up having it out after all. I think I've seen enough to put together the pieces of what happened last night. Just gotta think it through.
Appuyez sur EB pour accéder au palais mental. Ok, très bien.
At least I can always count on this place to make sense. Now to work out what happened while I was blacked out last night. I just need to think it through logically, throw out impossibilities. Until only the truth is left. I know I got into a fight, but it could have played out in many different ways. I have to think it through. Find out what really happened.
Alors, où est-ce que ça a commencé? Sûrement
My memory ends here. But there's 2 glasses. Who was here with me? I was drinking on my own when someone approached me. I can't remember who it was, but I know we got into a fight. Obviously. If I figure out how the fight went, I should figure out who my assailant was.
Alors, bonne question. C'est le plus près, donc c'est sûrement par ici, non? Vers le pilier, vers l'entrée. Sans doute vers le pilier.
Something hit the pillar with enough force to make the clock fall. A person thrown into the pillar would do it.
D'accord. Donc maintenant, je vais où? Je vais là. Non, c'était quoi la question? Où est-ce que ça a fini? Au comptoir, près du jukebox, sur la scène. Là-bas, il y avait la casquette. Là, il y a beaucoup de verres. Mais je pense que ça a fini là-bas, vu dans l'état où est-ce que... Est-ce que c'est comme si quelqu'un était tombé dessus? Sur la
Looks
scène.
like not even the memorial board was spared by the brawl. That could be it, but I still have to figure out who was sitting next to me.
Denise Bracelet. Une carte de visite et Joël Casquette. Je dirais bien Joël, mais peut-être que Denis, c'est peut-être plus cohérent, parce qu'il était bourré lui aussi. Enfin, je crois.
That's Dennis's.
Dire Denis.
I definitely wanted to shut him up last night.
Je vais pas en
I
revenir
have the
ça, on verra
complete
bien.
picture now.
You know, the man who talks to himself has an idiot for an audience.
Fuck off, Dennis.
I see why you have so many friends left in town.
Yeah, you would know about that.
At least my best friend never slept with my ex. Hey, who do you blame more, huh? The backstabbing asshole or the bitch who...
Ça a l'air de tenir debout.
You don't talk about Anna or Nick that way.
You think you know who Nick was? Mr. Perfect? Give me a break. You have no idea. No one in this town does.
What are you talking about?
I'll show you. But not here.
Sam!
Meet me later at
Sam!
Ethan is coming back in through the front. At least I think it's him. You think it's him? I can't actually tell if you can't tell. What I know for sure is if it's Ethan, he may not be happy to find you here. So I strongly suggest you leave. And if you don't, well, tell him you're here to apologize about last night. You trashed up his bar and then broke in. Time to leave if you're leaving.
Partir discrètement.
You'll want to apologize. Trust me.
On peut pas partir discrètement.
God
Obligé de
damn.
s'excuser.
Sam? You're not here to rob me, right?
Je suis venu m'excuser, je cherche des réponses. Je suis venu m'excuser.
No, I'm not here to rob you.
Oh, good. I won't have to break your legs.
I'm here to apologize about last night.
Ah, I thought that might be the case. Don't sweat it. This place gets busted up once a month.
Sounds rough.
I guess it is what it is. Buy a bar, you gotta run a bar, you know? I'll take cleaning up your dumbass mess over dealing with family any day.
Tu as des ennuis familiaux à propos d'hier soir. Je suis désolée sincèrement.
Ethan, I'm really sorry about last night. I wasn't myself.
No one's on their best behavior after losing a loved one. I know I'm not. At least my sister isn't dead. She's just ruining her life. She wants to be called Kayla now.
Ruining her life?
Yeah, living in some commune. Dropped out of school. Life of a heathen.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, and I feel like she makes most of them. Sam, I got a lot of your mess to clean up. So if you could, leave.
I got places to be anyways. See you around, Ethan.
Le mieux, ça aurait été d'aider, non? Si tu veux vraiment t'excuser, autant aider à nettoyer tes conneries.
Of course. I come back on the town's Miners' Day celebration. Well, you always did have great timing. No time to dwell on that. Focus. You tried Dennis's cell phone. No answer. So what now? Ask around, see if anyone's seen Dennis today. Maybe see if anything jogs my memory. I've heard worse plans.
D'accord. Donc on est dans
That's
la
what's
ville.
small. If Dennis came through Main Street, someone saw him.
Donc se renseigner sur Denise. D'accord. C'est quoi déjà l'adage qui dit que toutes les familles heureuses le sont de la même manière, alors que les familles malheureuses le sont chacune à leur façon. Je suis sûre que la famille d'Ethan n'a pas mis longtemps à développer sa propre façon d'être malheureuse. La veille école d'Ethan. Enfin, la vieille école d'Ethan, les manières, c'est important pour lui. Ok, d'accord. Il peut pardonner qu'on foute en l'air son bar tant qu'on vient s'excuser. Pas étonnant qu'il s'entende aussi bien avec les mineurs. Sa famille a l'air d'être une autre histoire. La petite sœur d'Ethan n'aime apparemment pas qu'on lui dise quoi faire. Techniquement, un peu comme tout le monde, hein. Tout le monde vit sa vie comme il l'entend. Après, c'est vrai que faut faire attention à ce qu'on fait quand même. Hein. Je comprends bien. Alors, est-ce qu'on a quelque chose?
Never knew Dennis to be the commemorative type. What's he doing here?
Journal mise à jour. Qui d'autre que Denis aurait une plaque d'immatriculation comme celle-là? En authentique génie créatif, il a écrit le S de son nom avec le signe $. Joanne ne loupe jamais une occasion de faire remarquer à quel point c'est naze. Pour une fois, je suis d'accord avec elle. Tu te souviens de la seule fois où Denis t'a invité à boire une bière? C'était ta première semaine au Basswood Jungle. Il avait configuré ton ordinateur, t'avait donné les mots de passe, et il avait demandé si tu voulais aller prendre un verre. Il avait rigolé en disant que les gens ne buvaient qu'une fois avec lui leur premier jour. Ils avaient même expliqué pourquoi. Après, les gens savent que je suis un connard. Tu n'as appris qu'après que sa femme l'avait quitté, lui et leurs 2 enfants. Tu l'as vu être un bon père quand ses enfants étaient là, mais il se faisait une joie de passer pour l'informaticien sarcastique et râleur aux yeux de tout le monde. Et rien ne signale mieux la rancœur d'une plaque d'immatriculation avec le signe $, à la fin.
Hey, Bug. What are you doing out here?
Hey, Muley. Waiting for my mom to get off her shift at the pharmacy. Drawing. I got a new journal after I left the old one somewhere. See?
Did you get home okay last night?
Yeah. I bike everywhere. It's not like anything scary bad happens in Basswood. At least not normally. I heard you asking about my dad last night.
Tu as écouté, fais attention, je n'ai pas été très subtile.
Well, I guess I wasn't very subtle, was I?
No, you were not. Did you find out anything about my dad?
Not yet. Not really, at least.
Let me know if you find anything. Please. I feel like I need something. It's just this town, you know? This place. It feels like I'm suffocating. I can't breathe. I can't think. I can't stand my mom. I don't like school. Well, except for science. And just
Interrogé sur Denis, l'écouter.
when I imagine myself in the future, I just don't. I don't know. I don't see this place. Or these people. I'm somewhere else. Anywhere else. I know it's stupid, just...
It's not stupid. If you want, you can go anywhere in the world. Have adventures, fall in love. I mean, that's what I've been told anyway.
Gross! Okay, well that other stuff sounds okay, though. Thanks for listening.
I got grown-up stuff I gotta do.
I've got kid stuff I gotta see about. So we're both busy.
It's tough seeing her like this. Seems she got older by 6 years in just 2.
I'll be fine. Just waiting for my mom's shift to end.
Je vais pas lui demander ce qui s'est passé parce que ça la regarde pas spécialement. Et elle était sortie avant même que tout ça se produise normalement, donc... Est-ce qu'on peut aller par là? Il y a une porte arrière ici. D'accord.
At least the basswood jungle is still standing.
Passage Jungle, un journal à petit tirage, mais au lectorat fidèle, mon premier et seul
It's not
véritable.
worth it. No one works on a Sunday. Well, no one except me.
Là, c'est un assez beau bâtiment.
No luck so far, but I should keep digging around. Someone must have seen Dennis.
Il y a un flic ici. Ah, c'est Declan.
Now, I can't just have you hanging around here all day like a ghost.
It's a free country.
Hey, don't give me that. People have been complaining, so don't let me see you here again.
You fascist.
What you just... I'm just doing my job. It's nothing personal.
Looks like you're not the only one who started off on the wrong foot today.
Sorry you had to see that. Some people you just can't reason with. Speaking of, you're still in town.
C'était qui? Tu avais de 10 aujourd'hui, je repars bientôt.
You haven't seen Dennis today, have you?
Why are you looking for him?
I wanted to apologize for last night.
I'll just stay out of his way for a day or two. I heard you messed up Dennis pretty good last night. I'm not judging. His head's full of smoke. Takes a while to clear it out.
That person you were talking to? Who's that?
A lost soul. Vagrancy isn't a crime, but loitering and trespassing are. I try to be understanding, polite, but it's hard when no one is polite back. People call you pig or fascist just for doing your job. Then they go and do things like deface the whole town. And I'm the asshole? It could get under your skin. Where's you at day after day? It grinds you down. It makes you feel like you've been lifting logs all day. Yeah, sorry about that. I went off for a spell. Just remember, this town don't always respect the things you do.
Trust me, I know. I don't want to keep you, officer. Have a good day.
Keep your nose clean.
Super, d'accord. Journal mise à jour. Stat. J'ai écouté Johan quand je l'ai croisé en ville. J'ai écouté Declan pester sur le fait que tout fout le camp à Basswood. Ok.
Didn't used to see this around. Surprised it hasn't been removed.
Décembre récent, sa valeur artistique est discutable. Maison à vendre. Ah, j'arrive pas à lire. Mince. Lee et Jones essayaient déjà de vendre il y a 4 ans. Ouais, donc, il y a 4 ans, ça fait longtemps qu'ils vendent. Enfin, qu'ils veulent vendre.
The perfect toy for a kid who only had imaginary friends.
Je vais pas tout lire à chaque fois, mais parfois ça peut être intéressant.
Maybe Kathy will know something. Or that new pharmacist.
Elle donne quelque chose.
Yo, get out the way!
Une racaille. Toi tu dégages. Désolé. Toi tu dégages.
You move. I'm the one coming in.
Shh, fuck you.
That's enough.
Une petite racaille?
Kathy and Hugh were both at the wake. I should talk to them.
On trouve ici certains des meilleurs chemins de l'État.
Hiking is an activity best done alone on a Sunday afternoon.
Comme poudre aux yeux, on ne fait pas mieux. Vous ne trouverez pas de meilleure vue de basse-wood. Pour un verre de Cathy, un cadeau fait à la main par Joanne. Moche
Bug
mais
made
mignon.
that for Mother's Day years ago, and Kathy still keeps it with her.
D'accord, journal mise à jour. C'était un cadeau de fête des mères. Cathy l'a gardé toutes ces années, même si les couleurs ont passé. Et que son ancien patron grommelait sur que le bazar n'avait pas sa place dans une pharmacie. Joanne a même dit qu'elle ne serait pas triste de le voir disparaître. Mais Cathy ne le jettera jamais. Ça fait trop longtemps qu'il est là, il a sa propre vie, maintenant. Enfin, sa vie propre. Et ce sera bientôt au tour de Joanne d'avoir sa propre vie. Mais Cathy gardera ce pot en verre, avec, à l'intérieur, la bougie qui n'a jamais été allumée et qui ne le sera sans doute jamais. D'accord.
Reminds me of a girl I met. She could only eat chips when she had stomach aches.
C'est un drugstore, mais c'est aussi une pharmacie. Enfin, c'est une pharmacie, mais il y a des chips et tout ça. Je savais pas qu'il y avait tout ça, même des téléphones. Après, un drugstore, ça peut être varié, mais c'est étonnant qu'il y ait une pharmacie aussi. Fauteuil roulant
Not
électrique.
uncommon for miners to end up in those once they get black lungs.
Jamais là quand on en a besoin. Somnifères à prendre avec modération. En général, les somnifères, c'est sous ordonnance. Est-ce qu'on peut lui parler? Ah oui.
Oh, Sam, you here to pick up something for your condition?
I have a condition.
Yeah, the one that makes you the way you're always so you. It's all right, of course. I won't tell anyone. I think I might actually have leaky gut. It's where your intestine starts to dissolve and your half-digested food starts to leak out into your blood. I'm trying to find something for it, and if it doesn't help, it can't hurt. I'm glad someone took over this old drugstore. Can you imagine? This town without a pharmacy would be like, well, me with a hole in my gut. I'll just check the internet when I get home. It'll tell me what to get.
It was nice talking to you, Tara.
Oh, yes, always.
D'accord. Elle part dans tous les sens. Il y a même des chaussures et du matériel de randonnée. D'accord. Placé stratégiquement pour que les enfants se sentent mieux.
Still here after all these years. She followed Nick to Basswood, but never liked it. Miner's Day always ends up exactly the same. Relaxing in its constancy.
Accrochez-la pour rassurer les clients.
Ah, Samuel. Sorry about Richard. He's always a little on edge. I'm surprised to see you up and about after the night you had. Honestly. I was afraid you'd end up like your friend. You were quite inebriated.
J'ai eu un trou noir, c'est ce qu'on m'a dit, j'ai la gueule de bois. J'ai eu un trou
Honestly,
noir.
I don't remember last night. You saw me blackout drunk. Not my finest hour.
I would say not, after your barroom brawl. I did my best to prevent you from following that other man outside. And I tried to get you to hand over your keys, but you would have none of it.
Sorry about that. The man I had a fight with, Dennis. Have you seen him today?
Seen him? No. No, can't say I have.
Thanks anyways.
That article you wrote, it's done this town a lot of good.
Pourquoi tant de gentillesse? Pourquoi non, c'est faux? Pourquoi tant de gentillesse?
You really don't need to say things like that.
But it's true. The mine was a band-aid on a torn artery. Sometimes, doing what is unpopular is still the moral choice.
You probably believe that.
I'd offer you something for that hangover, but I find in some cases, time is the best medicine.
Vous ne me proposez rien. C'est ce que dit ma mère. Dernière fois que je bois.
Last night was a wake-up call. I'm gonna try focusing on clean living.
Everything is poison. All that matters is the dose. Now, you have a good one, young man. Was there anything else you needed, by the way?
Pourquoi êtes venu à Basswood? Vous participez à la journée des mineurs?
I have to ask, why move here, of all places? You know, here, Basswood. A blink and you miss this town. People move out of Basswood, not in.
The town I used to work in had 100 other pharmacies in it. Oh, you'd make sales. But you don't get to know anyone, ever. Plus, if I'm being honest, I always imagined I'd retire in a small mountain town.
I heard you're helping out with the celebration today.
Naturally. It's the town's biggest homegrown tradition. I've become quite a fan myself.
I never got into it.
No. A celebration of hard work and building something with your own two hands? Well, it's quite romantic. I'm from Florida myself, but it has that universal appeal.
If it works for you.
Samuel, I saw you talking to Walter. Can you ask him something from me?
Alors bien sûr, ça dépend. Faites-le vous-même. Ça dépend.
What do you want from him?
I was hoping the Basswood jungle could run a piece about me. You see, some of the older folks see me as an outsider still.
Can't say I'm surprised. I'll think about it.
I really appreciated the chat, but I'm afraid it's time I get back to work. Do come see me again.
Il sait à qui parler, lui. Bon, allez, c'est parti.
Hey, Kathy.
Oh, Sam. What can I do you for?
Les gens ont l'air d'être à cran aujourd'hui à propos de la veillée. Tu as vu Denis?
It's just one of those days. Ran into Declan outside. He ranted about some thugs.
Declan. He's testy because he wants Miner's Day to go well. Like in the old days, without any trouble. But really, Sam, I'm in the middle of my shift. Do you need something?
So, the wake.
None of us were on our best behavior. Nick would have been happy you showed up, no matter how anything else went. I left early myself to go check on Joan. Did you have to say that fantasy about her father being murdered was real?
That's not what I
just want her to be a little girl, not a little Sam Higgs, sneaking around and getting into trouble. And now all she can talk about is how you're gonna prove that she's right. Sorry. I know it's not your fault, but I just don't... I don't know what to do with her. She's my daughter, and I feel like I'm losing her. I gotta go. If the boss sees me jawing instead of working, I'll get an earful.
No one in here was much help.
D'accord, bon. On va sortir d'ici. Alors, allons par là.
A statue honoring miners. Pretty meaningless now.
Mine de Coal River ouverte en 1854, fermée en 1861 après que 6 hommes ont péri noyés. Mine de West Shadow ouverte en 1866, fermée en 1992, plus gros producteur du comté de Boone pendant 5 ans. Mine de Deep Rock ouverte en 1990, fermée en 1926. Mine de Strip Weaver ouverte en 1915, fermée... Bon, d'accord.
Religion's kind of like genetics. If your parents had it, you probably do too.
D'accord. « 2000 hommes ont traversé le comté de Boone pour atteindre Blair Mountain en 1921, où se sont battus pour ce que l'on a aujourd'hui. Tout ce qui vaut le coup mérite qu'on se batte pour ça. » D'accord. Je lui parle après. Mine de Basswood ouverte en 1975, fermée en 2015. Financée par les donations de William Jackson, Walter Dawson, Hugh Kirkland, Robert Paulson, Vivicia Winnicott, Richard Greenlee et Talon. Ok. Autre chose dans le coin? C'est tout.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Hello, young man. Of course you can ask. No promise answering.
Why do you bother cleaning the memorial?
Well, everything has to look its best for today. Especially the miner. I really didn't think it was going to happen this year. Good thing Mr. Kirkland decided to help out. And besides, that way people can remember with pride we used to be rednecks.
That matters to you?
It should matter to every West Virginian.
And why do you think it should matter so much?
How many West Virginians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
This doesn't sound like a history lesson.
You answer my question, I'll answer yours. So, how many West Virginians?
Pas le temps de plaisanter, allons-y. 2, 10.
2. One to hold the light bulb, the other to rotate the planet.
Not bad. The one I have in store is 3. 1 to replace the light bulb, 2 to complain about how the old one was better.
Elle est pas mal, elle sonne un peu trop juste. Vous avez déjà ressenti ça? Je veux juste dire, elle est pas mal.
Yeah, just not the kind of funny you laugh at. So, you still want to hear the story?
Okay.
I'm all ears.
This fella here is a reminder of when coal miners stood together. You see, back 100 years ago, you'd be safer in the trenches than down in the mines. He didn't sit right with our boys. They demanded better conditions. Of course, the corporations, being what they are, refused, and sent strike breakers.
The mine wars. Miners came out in force, Union men. Met the strike breakers over in Logan County.
That's right. 10,000 strong. And it all came to a head at Blair Mountain. The miners tied red bandanas around their necks for solidarity. Brotherhood. At least 100 men died in that battle. Blood spilled for what we have now. Oh.
Sacré symbole, vous les respectez, ils sont morts pour rien.
I'm guessing you're fond of that story, huh? A lot of respect for rednecks.
Well, things were tough, but we were a united community back then. Anyway, I'll get back to it. Gonna give her a real spit shine. You take care now.
D'accord.
Joe,
Sam? You old bridge jumper, how you been? What's the calendar say?
2 years, Joe. It's been 2 years.
Too long. Heard you showed up yesterday. Boys give you trouble?
Rien que je puisse gérer, peut-être un peu.
Maybe a little. But don't worry. It's hard for me to blame them.
After the mine closed, well, it ain't easy to put food on the table. Don't let that weigh on you. No one else has lost their legs recently.
Tu as vu Denis aujourd'hui, comment vas-tu? Tu n'étais pas là hier.
I noticed you weren't at the bar last night.
Went home after the service. Being crippled takes it out of you. Normally, I'd be rotting away in my recliner, but I like to come out, see the decorations, pay my respects to old iron here. This town's been a mining town before I was born, and it'll be one after I die. It's good to get out and celebrate your roots every now and then.
I don't have the same perspective on Miners' Day that other people have.
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
So, how have you been holding up?
Terribly. But Anna keeps me young. How'd you ever let her get away?
You probably know better than me.
I heard all about it. Still, I always liked you. Straight shooters are a rare breed these days. I like a man that can look me in the eye and say what he means.
You haven't seen Dennis today, have you?
I wish. Just about the only guy I could talk hockey with.
Not football?
I want to talk football. I can just grab anybody on the street. Dennis actually enjoys a man's sport. But no, I haven't seen him.
I have places I need to be, but it's good to see you.
Just promise you won't wait 2 years before saying boo again.
I'll do my best.
Je serai en train de bosser au café pendant une bonne partie de la journée. J'aimerais vraiment qu'on parle si tu es toujours là. D'accord, bon ben on va devoir aller au café alors. Il y avait rien d'autre à voir? Je pense pas, bon. On va faire c'est... Regarde un peu là.
I don't imagine Walter had obituaries in mind when he became editor-in-chief.
Remember when this whole celebration used to be twice as big? Back when this
Club
town
des
wasn't
ragots.
just a dead horse we all keep kicking. Why do we even bother with this old place? Things like
Hey, don't remember seeing you in town before. Passing by?
Oui, de passage, je suis du coin.
I suppose. I grew up here. Been gone for a couple of years. I'm not staying long.
Wait, you managed to leave and still came back? You'd never see me again if I left.
Why don't you then?
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna take my millions of dollars and make a run for it. I can barely get by, like everyone else here. Too poor to stay, too poor to leave.
Triste.
All right. Time to say hi to Anna.
Bon bah on va rentrer. C'était quoi ça? Examiner? L'histoire de fast food. Vous êtes-vous déjà demandé d'où Bastou tire son nom et comment ce petit corps minier est devenu le cœur industriel qui a modernisé le comté de Beaune? Rejoignez-nous dans votre hôtel de ville préféré pour le découvrir. Bon, et c'est parti.
Now I've gone and made a bit of a mess. Oh, Sam, is that you? Dear, please, could you help an old doddering woman?
Vous n'êtes pas gâteuse, vous portez trop de choses. J'ai le choix. Vous n'êtes pas gâteuse?
You are many things, but not doddering. Plotting, maybe.
Sam, you shouldn't say such things, even if they're true.
Palais mental.
Okay, Muley, for 2 points. What is the name of the pink pony on the animated cartoon show, Prancers? The super cool one I was telling you about the other day? You know, my favorite?
Polly. Polly Pony?
No, that's her sister. She's totally different.
Then what is her name?
I'm not telling. What if the card comes up again?
You really like to win, huh, Bug?
All right, coffee for you and hot chocolate for the young... Is that a comic about monsters?
It's about Tardigrade Man. He can survive almost anything. His only weakness is his own emotions. He's based on the microscopic tardigrades. It has 8 legs and can survive star radiation.
Huh. Well, it doesn't seem like the kind of thing a young woman should be reading.
She says she's gonna be an entomologist. What can you do?
I am going to be an entomologist. I'm going to study every bug, especially the crawlies. But tardigrade isn't a bug. It's a microanimal.
Well, good for you. Sounds like just what a young woman like you should be reading.
So, can we play this again tomorrow, maybe?
We can play as often as you want.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Pinky swear? If you break those, you go to hell.
I don't think you're supposed to be using that language.
You can't break this. No matter what.
You're real intense for a kid, you know that?
Say it!
I won't break the pinky swear, no matter what.
Thank you so much. You're always such a dear.
Say, Christina, have you...
Oh, Sam, it's been years. It really is so nice to see you again.
Yeah, likewise, but...
I wanted to come to the funeral yesterday, but just thinking about it, oh dear.
Now, I know you want to interrupt her, because I want to interrupt her. So eyes on me, buddy. Happy thoughts, deep breaths. Yeah, well, speaking of the...
Poor Joan, losing her father at such a young age. Ah, what a tragedy. I was trying to find one of those games she likes so much to cheer her up. Poor child only has Kathy now, and, well, far from me to criticize or anything, but these last few months, Kathy hasn't been all there, if you know what I mean. Hopefully this tragedy will be a wake-up call for her to be more present. She should take a few weeks off to be with Joan. I know you would never refuse. Don't you agree?
Je ne pense pas, je suis tout à fait d'accord, je ne l'écoutais pas vraiment. Je lui ai dit que je suis d'accord.
I'm sure if poor Kathy would only ask him for the time. Ah, but look at me. I talk and talk and talk, but you had something to say, didn't you?
Have you seen Dennis today?
Dennis? No, it's odd, actually. He usually stops in here Sunday mornings. Like how you and Nick used to come over from the paper with Anna every Friday. You 3 always seem so happy. Oh, but you, Sam, how have you been doing?
Je me décompose lentement. Oh, vous savez, je n'ai pas le temps.
It's been, well, you know cruise control? I've been on cruise control.
You might miss it once it's gone. Life rarely lets you coast for long. You look well.
I've been better. Hungover this morning.
You know what's good for that? Coffee.
I know, Christina. Not right now. I gotta go. Anna's here. I should talk to her.
Il est où, le personnage? C'est Christina, voilà. Christina est la patronne du café Americano. Juste en face de mon ancien boulot, on était des habitués, Anna, Nick et moi. Christina connaît tout le monde en ville, c'est la plaque tornade des potins de bass-food. En plus, son café est excellent et elle a un rire qui résonne dans tout bass-food. Du moins, c'était comme ça au temps jadis. Christina a toujours été sincèrement gentille avec moi. Cette vieille dame sentimentale est peut-être bien la seule personne à bass-food qui ne me déteste pas. D'accord, très bien. Étagère vide. Autre chose à voir avant de parler à Anna. Avec des tableaux et des graphiques. Gage d'efficacité. Gâteau. Parler.
The cost. Right, so the overhead would
You seem
be...
real engrossed.
Oh, I'm sorry, hun. Just balancing the books. Or trying to.
Que disent les comptes? Le café est toujours bon. Ça fait un moment, n'est-ce pas?
It feels strange being back here. I don't think I've been in your cafe in a while.
Almost 2.5 years. Anna kept coming in, but you stopped.
You noticed that?
I could tell you two dears weren't gonna make it. It broke my heart.
It sounds like you knew before I did.
Gotta have one eye on the customer and one eye on the books. Not that I really want to keep an eye on the books, mind you. Anyway, the past is the past. I just accepted a big business opportunity, which makes tidying up my books in time extra important, even if it kills me.
I didn't think I'd see the day where you'd consider a franchise contract.
Ha! Only the day God calls for me. Have you met Hugh Kirkland already? The new pharmacist. He's helping me with a few improvements. Angel investing. Can you believe it?
I actually can't. What did he ask for in return?
Oh dear, I can't believe you're so cynical at your age. People in small towns do help each other, every now and again. That's not just something that happens on made-for-TV movies.
J'y crois moyen. En général, les gens ils font quelque chose pour avoir quelque chose en retour. Quand ils le font pas, c'est très rare. Enfin, quand ils demandent rien en retour, c'est très rare. Enfin, quand on connaît les gens. Alors, le café est toujours bon, que disent les comptes?
How you doing? You managed to keep the books balanced?
About as well balanced as a snake with 4 balls.
That sounds uncomfortable, at the very least.
Something my grandfather used to say. Still don't know what it means, but it works in almost any situation. It's just been a bit slow the last few years. All over town, really.
Des petits bugs. Alors, vous allez vous en sortir. La ville va rebondir. Oh, pourquoi ça bug comme ça?
I know you'll still be here when the rest of the town is gone. You're too tough.
Maybe. Maybe. But you know us. We always make it through. For example, I thought we'd never have another Miners' Day, but here we are.
Do you still have Basswood's best coffee?
Ah, honey, you know we've never had that. That's over at the police station. Bess takes her coffee very seriously. Puts mine to shame. She pays out of pocket for real high-end stuff. I'd never make the margins work. Not that my margins have been cutting it lately. Say, hun, would you mind if I finish this?
Oh yeah, of course. Good luck with your book balancing.
D'accord. Maintenant, elle a de grosses difficultés financières. Ok. Voir Christina. J'ai pris le temps de papoter avec Christina. J'ai pris le temps d'écouter Tara parler de soucis. D'accord. Bon, ben. On a pris le temps de parler avec tout le monde. Normalement. Ah, il y en a un qui était plus long que les autres. Mon âme est comme ce café naturellement noir, mais presque buvable avec assez de lait.
Hey man, thought I knew everyone, but I don't know you.
I used to be a regular a few years ago.
Oh right, you're one of those who skipped town when the mine closed down.
You could say that, yes.
Town ain't changed much since then. Same old boring basswood. I know most people hate that, but I don't. It's quiet here. It's nice.
So quiet there's no rush hour, I guess.
Right?
J'avais pas lu Nicole. Trop pauvre pour rester, trop pauvre pour partir. Ce serait un bon titre pour un article. Anna devrait en faire un pour sur Nicole. Oh là là. C'est une histoire typique de Basswood. Il a probablement abandonné le lycée, mais il a l'air heureux à Basswood.
Betting there'll be a few more cups before she leaves. Some things never change.
Sam, I didn't think you'd actually show up.
I didn't think I would either. But hey, sometimes we surprise ourselves.
So, I hear you got in a fight after I left the wake?
À peine une bousculade, il l'a cherché, je m'en souviens à peine.
I was so wasted at that point, it's all just a big, heavy blur.
Yeah. After saying I didn't want to drink, I went home and drank. Long night.
Yeah, sounds about right. We all deal with stress in our own ways. I apparently hit Dennis. Yes, speaking of, you haven't seen him today, have you?
Why? Afraid your powerful blows laid him up?
So, what are you working on?
I'm working on an article on how nature does its best to reclaim the land after a strip mining operation. Why are you looking for Dennis? I can tell something has you spooked. I can always tell.
Go on, tell her. You could honestly use a non-imaginary person to confide in. She might slow me down, or try to involve the cops. She might do those things, yes, or she might be someone who you can trust, who can help.
Je vais tenter, lui dire.
I woke up today and my shirt was covered in blood.
Blood? What happened?
I don't know. Last night, pills and alcohol mixed. It's all a blur. That's why I'm looking for Dennis.
Have you tried the Basswood jungle? He likes to work weekends.
No, not yet. I'll do that right now.
Sam, is there anything I can do to help? Oh, nah. I'm just gonna do my own thing. Oh, Sam. What have you done?
Tu vas pas nous balancer, j'espère. D'accord. Bah, en route pour le jungle. Ah, super. Qu'est-ce qu'ils font là, eux? Apparemment, c'est bon.
Locked. I should check the back.
My. Look what we got here. Is that Sam Higgs? Trying to get back in the newspaper game? I thought you got the message last night. Of course, it was hard to tell, considering you let Declan do your talking for you.
Look, fellas.
You know, Basswood can be a dangerous place.
Well, so maybe consider just getting before something bad happened to you.
Je resterai tant que je veux. Je serai bientôt parti. Chasse-moi, vas-y. Alors, je resterai tant que je veux ou chasse-moi, vas-y. Je resterai tant que je veux.
I'll leave when I'm good and ready.
Just make it sooner rather than later.
Declan's right down the street.
Watch yourself while you're in Basswood, because we'll be watching you.
Ah, il n'y a plus le gars ou il est encore là, l'autre? Ça a peut-être bugué. Ah, il est au téléphone. Bon, allez, on va aller de l'autre côté. On avait vu la porte tout à l'heure.
Been a while. This place used to be my home, or at least felt like it. Where is Dennis? He should be in here.
D'accord, on va fouiller un peu. Là, y a rien. Il y a Pac-Man. Là, y a rien. Ici non plus, on dirait. Bon, c'est forcément là-bas dans ce cas.
Dennis!
Oh! Scène de crime.
Dennis. What happened? Who? Is that how I got blood on me? Did I?
Flippant, non? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ah, c'est malaisant. Il y a plein de devis partout. Juste censé faire quoi?
You can do this, Sam. When you focus, you can think through any problem. Sam, focus on me, Sam. Dennis is a distraction.
Je me suis trompée. Il est où? Ah, il est là.
Keep going. You got this.
C'est mon autre moi qui m'aide. Il est où? Non, j'ai pas réussi. Ah!
Don't give up, Sam. You almost have it.
Ils sont déjà super près. On a réussi, je crois. Ouais.
This is Dennis's office. There must be some clues around. Come on, Sam, keep it together. You can solve this. Figure this out before Dennis dies again and the panic overwhelms you.
Ça m'embête, j'ai des latences de connexion. J'espère que ça se verra pas trop. Alors, se concentrer.
The chair is pretty far away from the desk, but I don't think that's important. Chest wound. What kind of weapon did this? Blood all over the monitor. Not much to go on. I need something useful. Chest wound. What kind of weapon did this?
D'accord, bon bah c'est forcément lui.
Blood sprayed on the desk from the
No.
injury. But I need chest wound. What kind of weapon did this?
Ouais mais je vois rien. Ah ok.
Gunshot. The bullet went clean through. The killer must have been close. Where did the bullet go? The bullet stopped here. Small caliber like Dennis's gun. I need to find that gun. From the angle, this was the shooter's position. Was it me?
Où est-ce que le pistolet peut être? C'est quoi? Je vois pas. Étude pistolet?
His gun is gone. He had it earlier. Where did it go? Sam, stop it! Come back to reality! But You didn't do anything! Dennis was already dead when you arrived, can't you see? Dennis was shot, and you don't even own a gun. How could you have done it? All you did was move his body, which is how your shirt got stained. Think about it, Sam. Calm down and think. You're right. I can see it. I have the complete picture now.
D'accord.
The blood on the shirt was Dennis's, but I didn't kill him. I found him dead. Blackout drunk, panicked. I stumbled to my car. Luckily, I ended up back at the hotel and not wrapped around a pole. Now, I know I didn't do it. The police, though, may not feel the same way. I need to search the area. See if I can find out why someone would murder Dennis. I need to find out why Dennis was killed. It may have something to do with Nick.
You didn't deserve this. No one deserves this.
À vous, de vous à Mary Gardner, Frank Gardner. Je rentrerai très tard ce soir, désolé, il faut que j'explique à un connard comment le monde fonctionne vraiment. Je serai pas là pour préparer le petit-déj, mais il y a des gaufres au congèle, et il devrait y have... D'accord, il a pas eu le temps d'écrire.
Emails between Nick and Dee. They're talking in codes. Nothing stated clearly. They didn't want to risk anyone learning of their meetings. Smart. Someone was watching.
Nick Waldron, urgent. Je ne pensais pas que tu redonnerais des nouvelles. Tu es prêt à parler? Je suis plus que disposé à t'écouter. Je peux être au rendez-vous demain, Nick.
Whatever Nick was looking into seemed big, but he said it fizzled out.
Alors, Nick Waldron. Sujet, curiosité. Salut Walt, désolé de te décevoir, mais j'ai décidé de lâcher l'affaire. Il s'avère que ça a quand même fini en queue de poisson. J'espère avoir plus de chance la prochaine fois. Nick Waldron, le 25 mars. De Walter Dodson. Sujet, curiosité. Cher Nicolas, j'espère que tu as fait bon voyage. Tu m'as dit la semaine dernière être sur le point de dégoter un scoop. De notre côté, les choses ont été bien ternes, j'en ai peur. J'espérais que tu voudrais bien partager avec ce vieux hibou ce que tu as dans ta manche, Walter.
The puzzle comes together. Dennis was reading everyone's emails. He found out that Nick hadn't stopped his investigation like he'd told Walter. And that Nick was still talking to some informant. Then he decided to tell me. And now he's dead. I need to look through any notes Nick left in his office and check Walter's computer. They have to have something for me to go on. Nick must have left some notes behind somewhere. Walter also might have something on Nick's work. I should look around.
Fouillez le bureau de Nick, fouillez le bureau de Walter. Ça a l'air d'être ici.
Valid question. Still not sure. They don't even work here anymore. Someone should really clean up this board.
Ah, il y en avait une autre. À 3h41, n'oublie pas.
If I had the code, I could get in here.
Peut-être 23h41. 23h41. Je l'ai mal mis?
Nope. And with something like 10,000 combinations, I doubt I'll stumble on it. I should keep looking.
J'ai été trop vite, je pense. 23h41.
Nope. And with something like
Ah, c'est pas
10,000
ça.
combinations, I doubt I'll stumble on it. I should keep looking. Nick's computer is missing. Took it home to work or stolen. The only thing she cared about then was looking at bugs and drawing them.
Je t'ai laissé dérouler au pepperoni dans le frigo, ne travaille pas trop tard. La prochaine fois, c'est ton tour. Reposer, poser face cachée, la prendre. On va la prendre.
Nick wouldn't mind if I kept this, for old time's sake.
Qu'est-ce que ça peut être? Il y a d'autres indices? Peut-être par là. Il y a peut-être quelque chose. Tiens, j'en ai un team. 33-21 on a ici. Avec l'image du coffre.
Nope. And with something like 10,000 combinations, I doubt I'll stumble on it. Thanks, bug.
Je m'étais
Your
trompé.
obsessive snooping pays off.
Et 31-21.
Nick always kept extensive records of his work. He was almost obsessive. How could there be so little information regarding his last investigation?
Le chômage a grimpé en flèche après la fermeture de la mine, tout à fait normal. La courbe s'est aplatie en gros au cours de l'année dernière. Va-t-on assister à un rebond? Les chiffres ont l'air bons. Tendance ou exception? Il me faut plus de données. Nom du passeur, Nick Waldron, de Virginie occidentale vers Floride. Train 254. Il y a des photos. 27-1, 20h avec D, un type nerveux mais qui a peut-être des infos utiles. 12-02, 17h. Deuxième rencontre avec D. Il y a vraiment quelque chose là-dessous à supposer qu'il ne soit pas en train de me raconter des conneries. Il veut toujours qu'on se retrouve dans les endroits sinistres. Il a dû mater trop de films. 18-03, 10h avec D. Il a fallu que je lui paye le petit-déj et il a dit qu'on ne pouvait plus se revoir. On dirait que c'est une impasse. 014, je croyais l'avoir perdu, content qu'il soit à nouveau prêt à parler. Il y a autre chose? Parce que je peux pas quitter en fait. J'ai tout vu là, non?
Nick had a contact. Same name as in the email. He was onto something big. Nick was traveling all over. Train tickets, hotel bills, out of state even. He was tracking something, or someone. Nick was looking into the impact the closure of the mine had on Basswood. But what was he looking for?
Je peux rien faire d'autre, donc ah voilà.
What Nick was looking into was something big and dangerous. It's why he was so careful.
Donc il était sur une enquête potentiellement dangereuse.
It's possible Walter missed something. Could be worth checking his office.
Qu'avons-nous là?
So strange how calm it is out there when... Well, this happened.
Ouais, éviter de rester trop près des fenêtres, je pense, si jamais on voit. Mais bon. Saisir le mot de passe.
There might be something around here that hints at Walter's password.
Je peux pas... Ah, rappel.
Ugh. My heart's desire. It could mean a person, but also a place.
Désir de mon cœur.
Walter was never tech savvy. He just uses words that mean something to him. There's a good chance there's a clue in his office. Walter had this article framed after he saw the boost in traffic the Haven got. Basswood is his blood and soul. Wouldn't surprise me if he said it as his password. Just reminders. Nothing that could be used as a password. She used to be the office administrator ages ago. A photo Walter took of his first desk on his first day of work. Nick inherited it.
On va bien trouver de toute façon.
That was just after Anna came on. And we really were a small clan.
Indices différents électriques. Okay. Journal mise à jour. Tu te souviens du jour où Tara a décidé que le Basswood Jungle avait besoin d'une photo d'équipe? Personne ne voulait s'en occuper, mais il ne pouvait pas dire non à Tara sans une bonne excuse. Au final, il ne lui a pas fallu plus d'une demi-heure pour faire culpabiliser tout le bureau. Denis avait dit qu'il serait sur la photo si toi aussi tu y étais. Il savait que tu as toujours détesté les déjeuners d'équipe organisés, les quiz dans les pubs et être obligé de prétendre t'amuser. Parier sur ta réticence à poser pour une photo, c'était sans risque. Mais tu as accepté. Tara était fière d'elle-même. Une photo d'équipe, ça ne compte que si tout le monde est dessus, avait-elle dit. Elle avait peut-être raison. C'est la photo qui ait jamais été prise de l'équipe du Basswood Jungle. D'accord.
He loves all his first editions, but Alice in Wonderland always came out on top. Wouldn't be surprised if that was his password.
Et on a que ça comme info? Ah, plaque au nom de Walter. Non, c'est pas ça. Il n'y a vraiment rien d'autre à examiner. Jaquette, Inkspot Greatest Hits, note, il est grand temps que quelqu'un te fasse découvrir les vrais classiques. Tu me diras ce que tu en penses. Cabinet du docteur Lastouka. Cher monsieur Dodson, conformément aux souhaits de votre mère, j'ai le plaisir de vous annoncer que sa convalescence est en bonne voie et que celle-ci devrait connaître un rétablissement complet suite à un examen médical détaillé. Elle est désormais en mesure de quitter notre centre de soins. Suivant mes recommandations, Madame Judith partira bientôt pour le Costa Rica, dont le climat plus chaud devrait l'aider à retrouver toutes ses forces. Si vous avez besoin d'éclaircir le moindre point, veuillez me contacter. Votre mère m'a dit de vous rappeler que votre propre rendez-vous avec mon confrère le docteur Chavez n'a que trop attendu. Quant docteur Lastouka. Il y a autre chose ou pas? Bichon, j'espère que tu ne travailles pas à nouveau comme un forcené. Il faut que tu viennes me voir à Playa Langosta. C'est tellement beau par ici. Maman, je t'aime.
Prin never looked happy a day in her life. Been Walter's cat for years. Maybe he set her name as his password.
On va essayer. Est-ce que je peux... Pas encore. Examiner. Saisir le mot de passe. On a 3 choses différentes. Ah, il en manque une. On va essayer Prin.
That's not it. I have to keep looking.
Basswood, Pays des Merveilles.
That's not it. I have to keep looking.
Ouais, c'était sûr. Et je suis sûre que c'est pas le dernier non plus.
And I'm in.
Ah si.
Let's see what secrets you got in here, Walter.
Boîte de réception. Email re-aide. Ouvrir le fichier, lire. On va d'abord lire. Ok, de Walter à Bess. Sujet re-aide. Bess, je voulais te faire part de tous mes sincères remerciements pour ton aide. Tu es une érudite et une sainte. Quoi qu'il en soit, il semblerait que je me sois fait du souci pour rien. Merci d'avoir apaisé mon esprit inquiet. Walter, le 4 avril. Bess à Walter. Voici le rapport sur l'incident de Nick. Ça fait un moment que tu ne m'avais pas demandé ce genre de choses, il n'y a rien de bien intéressant là-dedans. Encore une journée qui finit mal sur le bord de la route. Les routes de Virginie occidentale nous prennent plus de nos fils que ne le font les armes à feu.
Mostly standard so far, by the book. I see why Walter wasn't worried.
Accident de circulation, personnes impliquées, couleur, rouge, marque. Voiture retrouvée écrasée contre un arbre entourée de débris. Le feu a pris lors de l'impact ou après celui-ci et a brûlé alors que Nicolas Waldron était sur le siège conducteur. Les traces de freinage suggèrent que le conducteur a été surpris par un animal et a quitté la route à grande vitesse. Conducteur très probablement sous l'emprise de l'alcool.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. Nick would never drive without his seatbelt on.
Accident de la circulation de avril 2017. Airbag déployé, la ceinture de sécurité n'était pas attachée, les vitres étaient relevées, le conducteur était probablement ivre et oublie de s'attacher. Le feu a consommé une zone restreinte autour de la voiture, mais ne s'est pas propagé. Impossible de déterminer si le conducteur était vivant au moment de la collision, mais si c'était le cas, il n'a pas survécu au feu. Traumatisme crânien, inhalation de fumée et brûlure sont toutes les causes possibles du décès.
He always kept his window open. The car really burned, though that's very uncommon in most crashes.
Accident de la circulation. Ah, je voulais voir aussi le reste.
So, Walter got the police report from Bess. Nick was supposedly drunk at the wheel, which doesn't sound like him. And his seatbelt was off and his windows up, which both sound very wrong. Walter seemed to buy it, but I don't know if I do.
Bon, on peut plus voir. Tant pis. On sorte, c'est ça?
So, did you come to the logical conclusion to this mess
On
we're
m'a fait
in?
flipper.
Just a hint. We should get out of town immediately.
Je dois être très prudent. Nick est allé trop loin. Il a tenté de me dire un truc.
Dennis tried to talk to me about Nick, and that's what got him killed. Exactly. Like I said, you should get out of town. And the details of Nick's death, it doesn't sound like him. 2 years is a long time, Sam. He may have changed more than you know. Changed decade-long habits? I need to go to the crash site. Just remember, if you're right...
Sam? What's happening? Dennis. That's Dennis. What happened? Is he...
Anna,
Is
listen to me.
Denis est mort. Je ne l'ai pas tué. Il faut que tu me crois.
Anna, I did not kill Dennis.
Oh my god, no. It's... How could this happen?
He died last night. Hours ago. Not much we can do right now. He asked me to meet him here after, but I was so drunk I arrived late. And the person that actually showed up killed him.
Your bloody shirt was clearly from this. That means you were here yesterday. It links you to the crime scene. And you've been running around town all morning asking about Dennis. It won't look good. We need to call the police.
They'll think I killed him. I thought I did at first. I have no alibi.
This is not about you. Dennis had a family. They have to know what happened. It's the right thing to do. Do you want Walter to find his body come Monday?
She has a point. Someone is gonna find him eventually. Involving the police would only slow us down. I'll be more efficient on my own. Efficient and possibly friendless. You've already trusted Anna once. I suggest you keep on that road.
Ah, je sais pas, franchement. Appeler les flics. Bon, pourquoi pas.
Okay.
On va essayer.
But not that phone. Use one of the landlines here and don't leave your name.
You remember I'm a journalist, right? I know how to keep things confidential.
Also, I think whoever did this might be linked to Nick's accident.
This is about Nick? The crash?
I'm going to the crash site to confirm my suspicions.
I'm going with you.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
You trusted me before. It's only fair I do the same for you. I'll call the cops from here so they can't track us.
All right. here we are.
It barely looks like anything happened.
It's been a week, but we'll find something. I know we will.
Is it okay if I stay here? I don't think I'm ready to...
Sure. I doubt I'll be good company anyway.
You mean you're over-focused to the point of non-reactive thing? I remember, especially how you always end up being right somehow. I hope. I don't know what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, me neither. This is the place. Nick, I'll get to the bottom of this. First, gather the clues. Cold, hard, plain facts. It's the only way I'll know what really happened.
Bon, je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là-dessus. Je coupe un peu en plein milieu, là. On allait s'apprêter à chercher des indices et tout ça, mais bon, on le fera dans une prochaine vidéo. J'espère tout de même que ça vous aura plu. J'espère vous revoir dans la prochaine vidéo. Et moi, pour l'instant, je vous dis tchuss!